CPW Galaxy, Fight Club boxing fans. It's Nathan Lewis here, General Manager of CPW. I'm here with Aaron Davies on the road to his boxing fight against Marcel. So I've got some questions for you today, Aaron.
Yep.
I know you're here today at the gym, ready to train this evening for that fight. So first of all, I'm going to start off with, obviously, as the fans are watching, there's been a lot of love coming from the fans, the wrestling side of the fans, but also from people, members of the public, obviously families and friends, showing their love for you. How much does that push you to go out there to perform to your best and try and win that fight?
You know what, it's lovely to have the fans on your side, like CPW as a family, if you're wrestling or not. They've shown me a lot of love when I'm in the ring, outside the ring. I've had loads of messages since this has been announced. It does put added pressure on you, I've got to admit, because I don't want to let them down. But I've got to get that out of my head and concentrate on this fight, hopefully, and win. I'm not saying I'm going to win. I said that from the start, But now I'm training hard. Hopefully put a good show on and the fans appreciate what they see.
Yeah, and I've seen you training. I know you've got a good training team helping you, and they're pushing you to try and go out there to be the best form of your life and to give the best boxing fight you can. But obviously, we're talking about Marcel then, and also I've seen you training. Obviously, I've seen video clips of when you did the white collar boxing. But when it comes to Marcel, obviously, we've seen him wrestle, we've seen him train in wrestling. But to me, it's a bit unknown what he's like in the ring when it comes to boxing, and don't know much about what kind of boxer he is. How does that affect your game plan, or how has that affected how you're going to approach the fight?
I'm not going to take it lightly, like I was saying, I don't know how he fights. All I've known is what I've heard when you and him had a bit of a spar session. He dropped you, so I can't take nothing for granted. All I'm doing is trying to get a game plan together for the fight night, which hopefully will work in my favour. As for him, I don't know what he's been doing training wise. I know he's going around saying he's doing this, that and the other. I'm not listening to that, Nathan. At the end of the day, I'm just got my game plan, my team around me. They're pushing me on. Like you said, you've seen me training. This team will not let me start. I could throw up and I'd have to carry a bin round with me just to throw up. So when it comes to him, I'm not thinking about him, to tell the truth.
And boxing fights can be won and lost by corner men, training teams, someone who's making the right decisions during the fight. Because again, the training team aren't going to know much about him, and when they're watching it, first round, second round, that's when their job becomes really important in seeing what kind of game plan he's had and where they need to change your game plan. And I take it that you've got that trust in your team, and you think, and the team's the right team to be able to be there all through the fight and the night.
Yeah, Nathan, listen, I picked my team myself, and when it came to picking the team, I did ask the question, Mr. Richardson, I said, look, can I pick my own team? He says, yeah, go for it. So I picked the best that I know will help me win this fight. There's some boxing experience, there's kickboxing experience, there's a bit of bare knuckle fighting experience in there, you know what I mean? So I think I've got a good team, but then I don't know what team he's got, so,
None of us, and the thing is, none of us really do. And obviously we've already had the press conference that went viral, it's lit up around the place, and people have been talking about it non-stop. One of the things that was brought up in the press conference, and we're not going to go on to it too much, was all the stuff about religion. Obviously his feelings on your religion, your feelings on his religion. We're not going to go into details on that, but what kind of psychological state or effect does someone bringing up things like your religion and stuff have on you as a fighter?
None at all.
Okay.
None at all. I think it was more one-sided, his religion. I don't go after people's religion. Let him do that. If that's how he wants to try and get into my head, let him do that. He didn't get into my head one bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm confident with my religion that I don't have to go after somebody else's.
That's fair, and obviously we're talking about the press conference then. A lot of people, after the press conference and watching the press conference, due to the way in which you reacted to some comments and what he was saying, believe that he may have won that press conference, believe he came off the stronger in that press conference. and also now he's been going around telling a lot of people that he's going to win the fight, he's going to knock you out. How does that really make you feel, or when, and hearing other people message you and say, you told me earlier, people message you that he's been telling everyone he's going to beat you, he's going to win everything like that. How has that affected you now? Your psyche, or that has not had no effect on you really?
Not at all. You can go around and say you beat anybody, until you actually fight. That's how we'll know. End of the day, I've not gone round and say I'm going to beat him. I've had fans saying to me, "You best beat him. You best beat him." I'm going, okay, I'll take that on board. Yeah, but come fight night, if he said he's going to beat me, well, let's see it. That's all I'm going to say. I can't, fans have been ringing me up, messaging me, go, oh yeah, I see Marcel, oh yeah, he's saying he's going to do this, he's going to do that. That's fine. If that's what game he wants to play, try and get into my head, listen, he can carry on for all he wants.
And that's fair. And obviously, we're talking about the fight then. Obviously, there is a title on the line. The winner will become the inaugural champion there for that heavyweight title there for the FCB. But here's my question for you. When this fight was agreed, signed, there was no mention of a championship going to be there, a title fight or anything like that. When that was announced at the press conference, you found that out at the press conference, how did that change your mindset, or what kind of drive that give you to even want to go out there and win even more?
Didn't change one bit. Yeah, mate, you could put 10 grand on the fight to £10. It's not going to change me one bit, Nathan. Yeah, the winning of the gold is just an added plus in my eyes. Yeah, he'll want to go out there because he'll want to prove something. I ain't got to prove nothing. Yeah, because I'm a champion no matter what. Yeah, the fans know that. He don't. He ain't a champion. He needs to go out there and prove to these fans that he is a champion. So for me, it's all on him, not me.
So on the back of that, then, my question to you then, why would you take this fight in the first place? Do you feel like you've got nothing to prove? You've got your winner already. What made you, or what triggered you then to say, I'll take this fight, or agree to fight Marcel?
Truthfully?
Yeah.
It's cockiness.
Okay.
The way he walks around and the way he acts, yeah? At one of the shows, he was there, he was winding people up, you know what I mean? He was meant to be working, he was winding people up. People come up to me going, can you ask him to move, can you ask him to do this? He's doing my head and he's winding us up, yeah? And his attitude towards it, I don't like it. And that's why I agreed to fight him, because I need to show him, look, you need reining in.
So is this like for you, this fight is a lesson to him, teaching someone a lesson, putting a bit of respect on to his, showing him what respect should be about and stuff like that? Yeah,
listen, you don't come into a house like CPW, yeah, and you start messing about, yeah? You've got to show respect to the fans, you've got to show respect to the fighters, you've got to show respect full time. He just walks in, does what he wants. Yeah, I remember, I can't remember what history it was, and he just walked outside, back through the curtains, he wasn't even invited out the back. And to me, that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? No, you don't walk out there unless you're invited. If I'm at a show and I want to go out the back, I'll ask permission. I will say to Mr. Richards, it's all right if I come around the back to see you. That's what you should do. He ain't got no respect, and I need to show him that.
Awesome. So my final question then for you then, Aaron, obviously I know you've got your training session starting soon. My final question for you on this then is, what happens when you lose? And what happens if you lose?
As I say, it's refrain that when I lose, what happens when you lose? Listen, I don't know, it's in the hands of the gods, yeah? Listen, my fate's already been spun, yeah? I can't help that, yeah? But when come fight night, I know that I'm going to go full bout, yeah? If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. It sounds a bit like Rocky, you know what I mean? If he dies, he dies. But I'm not going in there thinking I'm losing. I'm going to lose. Course. You know what I mean? If you think you're going to lose, then you might as well not get into the fight territory, Nathan. So that question is irrelevant to me, because in my head, I'm not going to lose.
But Aaron, it's been a pleasure to sit down with you again, to find out some more about how you're feeling with this fight, and obviously dive into your training camp. I wish you all the best, my friend. Train hard, fight hard, and I guess we'll be speaking next, probably either just before the fight or after the fight, and see what happens.
Thank you.